I just wait till April 12th and then ask for an extension, because why would I go rush to file my taxes just for y'all to tell me that the money y'all already took out of every single paycheck wasn't enough money for y'all? As an unmarried person with no kids, like, I truly get emotional. Hold on, y'all. I had to really just gather myself, because what do you mean you took all that money out of my paycheck and I still owe $12 trillion? What do you mean I have to pay to actually file these taxes and then pay y'all again after I just paid y'all on every paycheck? Because somebody that's good at taxes, please let us know, like, what the fuck are we doing wrong? What do we have to do? And don't say take more money out of my paycheck, because I don't want to take no more motherfucking money out of my paycheck. The only saving grace is that you could put that tax liability on a little payment plan. Because I don't have $12 trillion to just give y'all, like, off the top. I do, but I don't want to give it to y'all. That's the point. I would have to literally drain my savings every single year to pay that tax. So what the fuck I saved it for? You know what? Taxes, when you don't get refunds, makes your anxiety high. I'm about to go get a job down to the TJ Maxx, bitch, because I'm tired of these tax bracket problems. I don't even want them anymore. I'm lying, I do, but that's not the point. The point is I'm still stressed the fuck out.
Hello everyone, this is Emmanuel Cook. We will be reacting to a new video today, so make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's get into the video.
Let me just say, okay, I'm sick and tired of having to pay taxes throughout the year, and then when it's time to file your taxes, I don't get nothing. I owe $2. What do you mean I owe $2? What do you mean I owe $11? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Because I work all year long, and then I pay my taxes, I pay everything, and then I owe again? Oh no, because literally, one year I got a return of like over $1,000, and then now all of a sudden I have my own apartment. I pay for everything. What do you mean? And I owe $2? Oh no, nope. It just makes me so mad, because it's like, why do I still owe? Like, I don't even own a home. Like, I rent. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm confused. I'm like pissed.
Okay, I'm really upset right now. I'm frustrated. What is the real reason we have to file taxes? I feel like I'm missing something. Like, I don't get it. Because I just had a meeting with the lady who does my taxes every year. She was like, okay, here's the breakdown. You made $27,000. Okay, cool. They took this, then this happened. She broke it all down. I can't remember the thing. Everything made sense, because I was like, right, I know some of this already, so I get it. Why in the fuck is my refund $47? See, and no, I was not thinking it was gonna be thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking dollars. But a Q300, I could at least get a bill paid. 47, the fuck, girl. What the fuck I'm gonna do with 47? What am I gonna do with $47? Besides put a little gas and give me some breakfast in the morning. And it seems like the only way you can make money off of your taxes is to have children. And I do not want no fucking kids. Not now. Do you see the price of eggs? I got 2 dogs. Why will y'all not let me file they asses? Them is Charons. And you cannot convince me that them is not Charons. And the lady was like, yeah, I know it. It's not really fair. And she even said, really the only way my clients usually get something is when they have like children and dependents. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got. Called my aunt like right after that Zoom meeting, and I told her what was going on. I said, I'm gonna have to start doing OnlyFans or something. I don't want to do OnlyFans. This ain't. But I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to start selling my dirty drawers to the black market with feet pictures. Or I'm gonna get this expensive ass PC and monitor set and start gaming on Twitch. I'm gonna have to go viral on TikTok. Something gotta give. Because again, wasn't expecting a whole bunch of money. 47? She was like, yeah, they report that you made 27,000. Who? Bitch. Because I ain't seen $1. Fuck how much I made. Let's talk about my expenses. Y'all gonna have to unalive me. You're gonna have to. This ain't it.
So I just finished my taxes, and I'm wondering, how long do they typically give you like in jail for not paying taxes? Because if it's like a couple months, I might do that next year. And then when you go, does it count for all of the years that you owe? Because something's got to give. And in my mind, like Orange is the New Black, I could definitely survive that. That looked kind of fun to me. And I could do hair, so I probably would be good. Yeah, I'm gonna let him take me because this is crazy.
I'm cooking dinner. Did my taxes. Officially waiting till 11:59 p.m. on the 15th to file my taxes. Anyone else on that boat? Because I owe 19 grand after all of the money they take out of mine and my husband's paychecks. It's just like a kick in the vagina, I'm telling you. All of this federal waste, all of my tax dollars that have been just going to nothing, to other countries, to fake charities and foundations and all this stuff to help the people. You know, last year we paid like $29.9 in taxes, I think it was, in addition to our normal withholdings. I'm so spiteful this year. Is anyone else spiteful? I just am so angry about all of the years past that I've paid in, and on top of what my company takes out and what we pay in additional, because we do have extra taken out every week to try to cover what we know we're going to owe at the end of the year. I just am finding it so hard to not want to vomit when I hit send on our tax returns. And I'm really hoping, I don't know. Does anyone that had all those fake charity accounts want to pay my $19,000 in taxes? I'd really appreciate it. For at least 10 years, you've gotten 19 to 25. I think the year before I paid $45,000 additional in taxes. So truly, I feel like you should give back a little bit. Like, you have all these charities. I could be your charity. I mean, I'm pretty sure my tax returns alone have funded somebody's houses. Oh, fuck me.
I just filed my taxes and I want to cry. I do not understand. Please, IRS, make me understand how I owe taxes. Not to mention, the little return I was going to get from the state was immediately drained back out because of how much it costs to file my taxes. And there's only 12 states that get the direct file from the IRS, which is bullshit. I have the max amount taken out of my paycheck. I don't understand how I owe money. I don't do anything. I don't own anything. I can't afford to have anything. I can't even afford to rent an apartment because they're all over $1,500 a month. Oh my gosh.
Does anyone else owe the federal government like an insane amount of money? Because we do, and we weren't expecting it, so we didn't save for it because nothing changed except for the fact that we were married for like 15 days in 2023. And somehow we owe like this crazy amount, and I don't know what to do, and we're super stressed. So if you have any tips and tricks on how to pay the federal government back super fast, let me know, because we have to do that this year, and it's not fun. So whoever said adulting was fun lied.
So I owed taxes this year because of YouTube. I think I owed about $492 in taxes this year. But I mean, it wasn't too bad. At least it wasn't like $1,000 plus or something like that, you know. But just like everyone else, I also hate paying taxes too. But if you owe, then certainly pay it.
I need to come on here and vent about taxes because I literally owe $3,400. What? It was kind of funny because when I was checking out of H&R Block and they were like, okay, like your repayment plan, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I looked up negative $3,400. I nearly died. I'm dead. That's it, I'm dead. But the thing that I really question is that I get bonuses. And for those of you who don't get bonuses, it's a separate check, and they take out, when you get a bonus, like just know about 40-ish% of it is going bye-bye. So, and that's going to taxes. Didn't I already pay these taxes? I paid like so much money in taxes this year, but do they not count that? Like, I'm really confused. Truly. And I switched my job I switched jobs this year in May, so maybe that had something to do with it. Not for tax reasons, but maybe like this new company is just not taking out as much. But like, what the fuck? So does the IRS not count the taxes that get taken out when you get a bonus? Because my calculator says they need to. $3,400. I've never owed this much. I've owed in the past because I've literally exempt myself from taxes, but I've never owed. I thought I had money. I have another bonus check coming in, and I was like, oh my god, yeah, I have money. I don't. Make it hail, because I have change now. What the fuck?
Fuck you to the IRS. I owed $25,000. I was trust pimpled to prove what the last fucking week has been like. Who else is fucking dying? IRS. Tax day. Literally the worst day ever. So here I am, scarfing an entire sleeve of Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies and drinking almost an entire bottle of wine to drown my fucking sorrows and my now accrued debt from the IRS. I don't even know what to do. If the IRS, okay, let me say this. I hope the IRS gets abolished. If they do, I'm going to be so... If anyone else is having the week that I have, cheers to you. I hope it turns out okay. And if they abolish the IRS, I say we all storm the fucking place.
Yeah, so it's tax day. Check on your fellow business owners, your friends, your stylists. We are not okay. That motherfucking tax bill was so high. We are not fucking okay. And don't get me wrong, my tax bill may be petty to some of y'all, but all the motherfucking multiple thousands of dollars that I just shelled out, that shit ain't petty to me. I'm not okay.
In 2017, I made $36,000 on Patreon, and the IRS claims that I made double that. Because I got paid from my Patreon directly into my PayPal account, I was issued 2 1099-K forms, which is a form that contractors or artists get because I wasn't a full-time employee. So Patreon issued me a 1099-K form, and PayPal issued me a 1099-K form, both saying that I made $36,000 and it wasn't the same money. So the IRS claimed that I made double that year. And it's now 2023, and I have finally put the issue to bed. I had to have PayPal write a letter on my behalf and Patreon write a letter on my behalf saying that it was the same money and that I didn't do anything wrong. And it is so crazy to me that because of all of the fees, like late fees and interest, they were claiming that I owed them $32,000, which I don't have. So I'm just really happy that it's over, and I bought myself a $25 bottle of wine to celebrate, which is outside my wine budget because I don't fucking make that much money. I'm an artist. I have pit bulls. So anyway, I'm just really happy.
A quick reminder, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and let's continue the video.
So I owe $50,000 in back taxes to the IRS. And I had been really worried about it because I knew this entire year that huge bill was going to hit me from last year. I talk about my financial life out loud now and then because I think that it's such a powerful thing to do in our society that operates on shame around money and financial issues. For the new followers, I was in a really abusive and destructive relationship that started in 2020. And I had decided to seek self-esteem and love in a man. And love was never going to be available in that relationship. But what I decided to do was to try to buy enough things for him that I could finally be worthy of love. And I will never make that mistake again. And I learned it in spectacular fashion. I bought a farm and I went into all this debt that I literally couldn't afford. And during that same time that I was taking on $70,000 worth of credit card debt, I also went into tons of back taxes because I was running my own business that was very successful and I needed to save money for taxes. And now I know, and I want you to know, that if you have the option, always pay your taxes and go into more credit card debt because you can always discharge the credit card debt through bankruptcy. You cannot discharge taxes as easily. And it's surprising to me that I was willing to give away my entire financial life for a man because I had never done that previously in my life. I have since found out that this man has done this to 2 other women since I left him 2 years ago. And that probably this is a man who operates by just finding women who have low enough self-esteem that he can manipulate them into financial ruin. And we need to have a disclaimer out on this man somehow. And we need to have a disclaimer out that like all women need to get so much self-esteem because I don't want this to happen to anybody ever again. At the end of last year, I finally closed my marketing business that had been so lucrative for me, that put me in all the debt because it was completely burning me out. Last year, I took home $100,000, and this year I'll be lucky if I take home $25,000. But the IRS charges me on payment plans as if I am still making the $100,000. So I have no idea how I will solve this problem. But everything that I have seen in this financial ruin process so far is based on your ability to pay. And I will not be a girl boss ever again. With all due respect, I will be a witch in the forest with underwear made out of twigs. I don't care. I will not kill myself in stress for capitalism. And what's great is like I have nothing left to lose. I divested of all my assets last year. I got rid of my car. I rent a very modest room in an intentional community. And I get so many things off of Buy Nothing. Like, I don't know what they would take from me. Maybe they'll just send me to prison, which at this point I'm like, hey, if I could get rid of the $50,000. Isn't it amazing that the combination of our structurally violent financial system and like literally just not having self-esteem and getting yourself into hot water, like that combination could be so destructive. And yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm scared, but I am going to be okay. And you're going to watch me be okay.
I think that a lot of people make this mistake where they are with the wrong person, and that causes them to spend a lot of money that they don't really have. And then get into a lot of debts and owe the government. One of the most important choices that you will ever make is who you choose as a partner. This is a prime example of why you should not choose the wrong person in your life, because it can literally ruin your life. Now she's between a rock and a hard place. She's cooked, honestly. $50,000 is a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money to repay back.
Okay, I need y'all help. I just looked on my check stubs and I noticed, like, I went all the way back from the beginning of this year. These people have not been taking none of my taxes out of my check, no state or federal. And I need to know, what can I do about this? Because when I started this job in January, I remember the lady who helped us do the little W-2 stuff. I remember her because when I went to file exempt, she explained to me how it was just for state. Like, I had filed exempt for my state taxes, not my federal. And I was like, okay, that's cool. You know, I ain't have a problem with that. But now that I'm looking at my checks, I'm going all the way back to when I've been working this job since January. Because I started in January, a new job. And that's why I didn't notice, like, oh, my checks was bigger or none of that. It's a new job. So to me, my checks was normal. But I went back and see they haven't been charging me federal taxes none this year. So my thing is, what am I supposed to do? Like, it's the weekend, so I can't call nobody and curse them out yet. I gotta wait till Monday to go up here and talk crazy to these people. But I need somebody help. Like, give me some advice. Like, I don't know. Am I about to owe? I'm about to owe. I'm sitting up here waiting on tax time, just knowing I'm finna get me a big bag, big bank. And I'm finna owe these people all this money. Like, somebody help me, please.
Y'all, at this point, I'm not getting no damn taxes back because look. So I don't have a dependent or whatever, but I still want my money. Like, I still want the money that y'all took out my check. So me and my sister was like, okay, we just gonna see what they said on TurboTax, like how much you getting back on TurboTax or whatever. Remind you, I don't have nothing in my name, and I stopped going to school when I was a senior. Like, I graduated and stuff like that, got my diploma. So this really like my second time filing my taxes, but really first because the first time I only got $200. And I don't even know why the fuck I keep playing with TurboTax. And I literally go to work every fucking day. And they literally take taxes out of my check every fucking 2 weeks. So these bitches gonna tell me I owe $800 and $300. Bitch, who owe what like that, baby? So now I'm just trying to see like what I'm finna do, because I'm not taking it. So who do I speak to? Who do I talk to?
So I just got a letter from the IRS, from my non-American girlies, that's the Internal Revenue Service, aka the tax collector, informing me that I owe over $20,000 in taxes and have to pay a $4,000 fine for understating my income in 2021. First of all, I'm a completely different person from the man I was in 2021, and last I checked, you can collect taxes from the deceased. But secondly, I didn't even make that much money in 2021. And as I'm reading this deranged 8-page manifesto of lies, I discover that apparently our government is not aware of what a decimal point is, because they read $800.00 as 80 grand. So I call to figure out who had the gall, the gumption, and the audacity to employ a mathematically challenged bitch in Maryland to comb through tax documents and find out that I can submit a petition to dispute it alongside a $60 filing fee. Queen, quit the accounting career and become a comedian, because you are funny, goofy, silly even if you think I am paying a single dime for this bullshit. She goes, you can fax a form to us instead. I would wrap the curly cord of my 1990s home phone around your neck if I had one. Fax? I can email you a PDF. Sincerely, best regards. Please note the attached document, passive-aggressive smiley face. So I drive to my local FedEx. Have the person behind the counter show me how to operate this World War II tank of a communication device like it's an industrial textile loom, and I'm an 8-year-old child she hired in the 1920s to crawl into the small, dangerous spaces she can't reach, putting my little 1099 in the mouth of this torture device from before the Great Recession of 2008. And this piece of technology informs me that the line I've entered is busy. You mean to tell me that the single number provided to all 300 million Americans cannot accept more than one document at a time? Anyways, 10 minutes and $7 later, I finally sent proof of my innocence to the government, but oh my God. Everyone, please write your congressmen, women, people to include Gmail or even Outlook in the federal budget. I'm sure they can afford it, considering they keep trying to steal all my money. Thank you.
Like, I'm so tired of owing people money. Like, it's like, last several years, I've done gotten like at least $1,200 back on my fucking taxes. Why am I only getting $400? $400! And guess what? I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, because guess what? My property house taxes are due. And those are $850. So I still gotta put up another $400 fucking dollars. Like, it's okay. Rant over.
We filed taxes this year and we owe $11,000 to IRS. And I was here thinking, like, what can we write off that's gonna make sure that we don't owe that much next year? And I was talking to someone, they said you could write off solar. So we were able to amend that. In New York State, you do get a write off when you have solar on your house, so we were able to get that. But other from that, I was reading, people were saying that you could get your property taxes as a deduction as well. And I called my accountant and he's like, you guys don't pay over $16,000 in property taxes, so that wouldn't apply to you. So I also asked about student loan interest. He said if you make over $180,000, that does not apply to you. Yes. I also asked about, let me double check. Also asked about medical expenses as well, and the only people who are able to see a deduction on that is people who have to pay out of pocket for almost everything. So you have to pay at least $14,000 out of your pocket so you could see something back on your taxes. I did not write off office space because a lot of people abuse that so much that you see that a lot of people are getting audited for writing off office spaces because they're lying about the office space itself, right? Mind you, I have an actual office, computer, everything. I feel content in there and stuff. But I was like, you know what? Let me not do it. But filing as a content creator, I was able to write off most of the things that I use like my subscription, my cameras and stuff. So those things I'll be able to write off for next year. But the truth is either you're making a lot of money so you're able to write off more things, or you are below the poverty line and you get all these tax benefits. It's either or, because once you make over $180,000 a year, you're cooked. You're bound to pay about tax. That's like the most you could do is either max out your 401k and do charitable donations, but that's about it.
Very serious question. Do people use TurboTax or H&R Block to file their taxes online? I literally started inputting my stuff all on TurboTax and it says I owe $4,000. I literally cried all night.
I used to use TurboTax, but I stopped using them, and now I use the IRS free tax file program, and I paid literally nothing. It was completely free, and if you guys can use it, I highly recommend it.
So I got my tax return back, and I owe money. How the fuck do I owe money? I take 0 deductions every month, like on my taxes when I get my paycheck. It takes it immediately out. So what do you mean I owe? I've been paying this entire year. I don't understand that. Can someone please explain that to me? I'm so pissed.
When I tell y'all I'm fucking pissed, I need to tell y'all what the fuck just happened. So I just filed my taxes, right, y'all? And last year was the first time me really making money from TikTok and shit. So I filed my fucking taxes, right? And y'all, I got a kids meal today because I can't afford shit after that. I got a kids meal. Can't afford shit after that. Because why the fuck did they just tell me I owe $9,000, y'all? Who the fuck paying that? Y'all gonna have to get that shit back in blood because I don't know who the fuck about to pay that. She talking about some, we can put you on a payment plan. We could do this. Payment plan? What the fuck? Give me the bottle. This will be drunk tonight. We drinking this tonight because what the fuck do you mean? Oh, I owe that. Me? Ray Sean. But it's okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put that shit on a credit card, and then I'm gonna get the cash back from the credit card, and I'm gonna pay that shit off. But I did learn a lot from this shit. If you got an LLC, you lucky. I had an LLC, but guess what? I did the thing the fucking wrong way. So that's why I owe so fucking much. It was the self-employment fucking tax. But now I know better for next year, and now I'm about to pay my shit quarterly because I'm not dealing with this shit again. Tonight, we drink. I'm done.
No, because owing money to the IRS is literally crazy. What do you mean? What do you mean I owe you money? I was literally $1 short for my rent this month. $1. And I'm sorry, I owe you money? I thought we loved tax season because we would get money back. What do you mean I owe you? I currently have $12 to my name. I'm just gonna... What?
See, this is what I'm talking about. I can't show y'all. But this lady got one child. I said, and we talking about taxes. This is another tax rant. She got one child. She just in my chat asking for help. I said, what can I help you with? She said, I'm trying to get more back. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Can you please explain? I look at her information. She has one child and your income is only $2,200 for the year. What are you trying to get? You have one child, but your income is only $2,200. Ma'am, you're not going to get anything more than what you're getting, which is this $800 because of your income. But y'all, like, how are y'all expecting to get back thousands of dollars when you don't, one, put in no federal, but two, you ain't even got enough income? Earned income credit means earned income. $2,200 in the IRS eyes is not enough to take care of you and a child. That's why they say if you don't make $4,500 or more, technically you ain't got to file, or you can file but just get back what you put in federal, because it's not enough money to say you a head of household and you taking care of you and your child. Make it make sense. Now I'm about to bust her bubble and give her all the tea of why she not getting nothing. This is what we be saying, bruh. Read up on your stuff, people. This year is totally different from the last 2 years. This year is totally different from the last 2 years. This year, we are going back like it was 2018 of filing taxes. So what, I don't know, bruh, I'm blown. I'm so blown.
And I'm not gonna lie, the taxes that they take out of our check every time we get paid, it's eating me up. Like, it's eating me alive. At this point, take me to jail. Take me to jail because, first of all, y'all make way more than us. Y'all make way more than us, and I guarantee you they don't pay not one red cent in taxes. I feel like only the rich should be taxed. Where's your contribution to society? We're the working class. We're already contributing. Where's your contribution? Oh. But instead, they get all the tax write-offs, and we get to suffer. We get the $300, $400, $500, $600 taken out of our small checks. I'm tired. Take me to jail. Take me to jail.
If y'all think shit's a game, if you owe unemployment, if you owe student loans, if you owe anything, there's no given time when they're gonna take your shit. You think you're sliding in life? You think you're just sliding through life? You're not. I never thought I would be one of the ones that would and I worked. I did work, so I didn't scam unemployment. I don't even, they just said I owe them like $16,000 fucking dollars. Like, I literally worked during COVID times, and then when shit got shut down, like layoffs and shit, that's when I started claiming the PUA or whatever. I wasn't making enough to get the regular unemployment, so I was getting the PUA. But bro, my mind is so my eyebrows are sweating off. Look at my eyebrows. My mind is so boggled. I thought they were done with that shit. Like, I didn't think they were gonna come after people. Like, honestly, truthfully, I did not think that they were really about to come after me for that shit, because I been knew that I owed them, but they never took my shit. They didn't even take my state. Like, so why come after my federal in 2025, bitch? This is supposed to be my fucking year, and you're starting the year off by taking money that I fucking worked for? Just take me out the game, coach. Take me out the game. I'm done. I'm so done.
Here's a reminder that if you own a business, you need to set aside money for taxes. Otherwise, you're going to end up in the same position that I am currently in. Now, obviously, I knew that I was going to have to pay taxes, but I guess I didn't realize how much that could actually be. And I didn't even think about setting aside money specifically for taxes until September of last year. And originally, I thought it would be fine because I was still going to have a paycheck from my 9-to-5 job to help me pay for it that was already taxed. But then they laid me off. So in this job market, 4 months have passed, taxes are due, and I don't have any money to pay them. Not only that, but my tax guy also recommends that I start filing quarterly. So I'm also supposed to file taxes quarterly for the beginning of this year, on top of what I already owe. In my defense, I feel like last year was like the worst year of my life. And it was the first year that I made any substantial money from my business. I'm trying to cut myself some slack, but that doesn't pay the bills, unfortunately. So don't forget to save about 30 to 40% of each of your paychecks so that you don't run into the same issue that I am running into right now. And yes, I am panicking, but it's fine.
Okay, it's tax season, so I always get really annoyed and frustrated this time of year when I see people complaining about, not getting a big enough tax return or issues with their taxes or whatever. And I know taxes suck in general, yes, but you honestly don't want to get a huge tax return. If you're getting a huge tax return, you should actually probably look at adjusting the withholdings and stuff that you're having held back throughout the year, and maybe cut back on that so you're getting more in your pocket throughout the year. Yes, you won't get this giant tax return at the end of the year, but you'll be getting it more throughout the year, so that you can actually invest it and do something good with it instead of basically giving it to the government as a loan and then waiting for them to give it back to you at the end of the year. The other thing, 1099. You want to have a side gig of some sort, a home-based business, especially, that you get paid as a 1099 independent contractor so that you can write off so many things. It helps so much at tax time. I literally write off so much of our travel. I write off our internet, our cell phone bill. I write off house expenses because you can declare a space in your house as your home office, and then the percentage of that, you can write off the percentage of all of your various home expenses to go along with that. So I write off a percentage of our real estate taxes, of our garbage bill, of our water bill, of our electric bill, of our mortgage insurance. Literally so many things that you can write off because you can tie it back to having a home-based business. And one of my biggest pet peeves as far as that goes is when I hear somebody say, well, my home-based business or my, being a 1099, now I don't even get a tax return, or I maybe owed $500 or something. Okay, well, let's do the math. If you made $10,000 extra dollars from your 1099 side gig last year, and now you no longer get that $2,000 tax return that maybe you were used to getting every year, you still came out $8,000 ahead, right? So it's literally one of the best things you can do if you actually take the time to write things off, and can help you a lot at tax time. So anyway, that's just I get really fired up about tax stuff when I see people complaining and not understanding how they can help work the system. So
when it comes to taxes, it is not how much you owe. It is how much you are able to write off. If you owe $80,000, but you are able to write off $80,000, it does not even matter at that point, does it? Because you won't owe anymore. The most important thing when it comes to taxes is how much money you can write off. And the more money that you can write off, the better off that you will be. And in the long run, the more money that you will make and save at the same time. I appreciate you guys watching the video today. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.